All right, first things first, let's take it apart, see how much room we got. Bell Systems 107A speaker box by Western Electric. But we're going to make it into a speaker because this is not something that is useful any longer. Couple little tiny screws. Pretty sure I've had this apart before. Yeah, I couldn't get the knob off before because it's kind of glued on there. I think that was part of the problem. But we're going to use a different knob anyway, so. Just get that one out. Whoop. There it goes. It's a pretty big speaker. 3-inch speaker maybe. Some capacitors, resistors, and that on-off knob. That's a cool little potentiometer. I'm going to save the parts out of this, but new faceplate, a little bit of stuffing to keep it from being echoey. Little plastic box. So that's what we're going to work with. I'll probably have my friend Alex laser cut me a new front piece for this without the holes, and I'll have to get that logo on there somehow. But this is just going to come apart and see how much room we've got. So let's do that. We won't be using any of the wiring in here. Just go ahead and cut those. When I cut wires off of parts, I like to leave enough to still attach to if I decide to use it or if I want to reconnect it or something. If you cut them off real short, then sometimes you'll screw yourself when you want to use it later. You gotta solder something else on. And that's that. Just one screw there. Couple wires to this pot. Look at that, old solder traces. Is this a relay in here? Just caps and resistors. All right, we'll set that aside. Little insulating film so that the circuits don't connect to each other on the aluminum here. Let's get that potentiometer. I love how they used to use all these tiny little screws and little metal parts and stuff instead of everything being plastic. Oh, that's really tight. There we go. Must have some thread locker on there or something. There. Pretty tight fit. Oops. 10K ohm resistor. Look at that. That's a nice piece. Knob's all cracked up. Oh, the knob has a pin in it. That's why it wouldn't come off. Okay, well, probably not using that. Get these off. Come on, dude. Get these off. Ooh, that didn't smell good. That smells corroded. Wonder why. Some of the dissimilar metals or something? But that particular washer kind of smelled like when you open up a battery compartment and it's all gross and corroded. That acidic smell. They're both kind of tarnished like that. These are screws on the other side here, I assume. All right, there's our Hero speaker. Oh my goodness. Now, granted, this is just made to do voice, but there is very little movement. This is not going to sound very good. As expected. I never thought it was going to sound good. Let's get this cardboard. Is this cardboard? What is this? I'm going to probably end up cutting this whole piece off here. Do I want to just put a 3-inch speaker in there? Let me see what I got. All right, let's see what I got here that'll fit. It's a 2.5. That would work pretty good. The case here kind of cuts off the bottom half of that hole. I also thought to do two speakers like this. I think I like that better. I can't hold them. Hold still. Oh my goodness. This will sound a lot better. All right, I got that, or I got a splinter. Got a metal sliver already. Let me get another one. All right. Well, these passive radiators fit in there pretty good. But those don't make any sound. Let's see about one of these. Okay, fast forward. Oh yeah, these don't like to fit out of the box. Magnet's so big the wires don't even fit in the box. Or the magnet won't fit through the hole past the wire, is what I mean to say. I think I get the wire out first, and then the magnet comes out. Anyway, this big boy, these are all right. These little guys make a lot of noise. And that is closer to the right size. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. Maybe we will do just one. I don't know if that's enough room for the box, though. It's going to have any base. It's going to have a radiator on it, too. And it needs to be like that big. I don't think that's going to work. This speaker works in this size enclosure with a radiator. That's not big enough. So, probably won't use that speaker. Too large for this project. Now these two little guys, get that out of here. These two little dudes will fit in there pretty good. What else do we have? These. Got some of these guys, but these aren't very big. We got way more room than that. These are too small. Too small. Most of them are this size. This is like 1.25 inches, 40 millimeters. Pretty standard size, common size for speakers. Let's see, I got a bunch of them that are that size. But I only have one of these. And I only have one of these. Yeah, I think this is probably our best bet right here. Those make the most sense. Use those. All right, so that's the speakers. I'm gonna pick out an amplifier. Look at my amplifier box. Two speakers. We need a stereo amplifier. Those are too big. That is too small. He's probably like this dude. This one has Bluetooth built in. No on-off switch, so I have to make a switch for it. But you can see this is the Bluetooth antenna right here, that little zigzag line. MOSFET transistor is underneath here. This has an audio auxiliary input, I believe. Yeah, this is an input. This is audio out, so if you want to run another amplifier. And then this is USB in. If you want to use USB, if you want to plug something directly in. Now these will run on between 8 and 26 volts, so we're going to do 12. Most common sources to use are 5, 12, and what, 20? Something like that. So we'll do 12. And for 12 volts, we need, let's get the batteries. 12 volts, we will need 3 of these little flat cells. They are 3.7 volts each, which is about 4. Add 3 of them up there, that's be 11.5 volts, something like that. Counts for 12. So there's our power. Let's not use that one. Yeah, that's fine. The other option is 3 of these guys. That actually might work. I can put these in there. Whoa. I should have 12 volts there. And I can easily integrate a switch into that. Is there enough room for all this stuff? Speakers will be that big in profile. Maybe up a little higher. Battery pack can sit on the bottom. Come back here. Battery pack on the bottom. Speakers right here. The amp will have to go. So we want the switch to come out kind of in the same position. So that'll be a little tricky. We'll have to figure out speaker placement, but that'll work. These are a lot better. They last a lot longer than these do. These don't have a very long life. I mean, you have to recharge them more, is what I mean. These are more expensive, but I'll put that weight like that so that it's not powered up. You do have to be a little careful with these. When I was working on them, I touched the 2 wires on one of these together and it'll start on fire. Almost immediately. They start to smoke, they get incredibly hot, so you do have to respect these little lithium-ion batteries. They will start a fire. Watch what you're doing with them. So now this thing, I gotta figure out where this is gonna fit. That's it? Okay. Yep, that's it. Yeah, see the amplifier is not deep enough to hold the amplifier there. Amplifier may have to go right over here. That's going to be tight too. Put it way down at the bottom. It fits in there, just barely. Or I could lay it flat here and put it off on this side maybe. That fits. Does that leave room for my speakers? I don't want the speakers to be at a dumb angle because this thing's in the way. It's all got to look good, right? That's going to be tight. I'll have to make up a little panel and see how it fits. I'll just print up a dummy panel. I'm not going to cut that off yet. That's a nice fit, and it's got the angle and everything. So I'm sure I'll need to modify it, but I might just leave that for now. What if I just did one speaker? I could put the... But this is a stereo amplifier. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I do have a mono, but... Oh well. Well, that's step one. Take it apart, figure out what components fit. We can do 12 volts, 12 volt amp, and these two speakers. Something else that needs to be considered. There's a little light on here to tell you when this is turned on. So that's kind of important to see. Otherwise you can't tell if it's on or not. It needs a switch to turn on and charging port for the battery, which I'll probably just end up putting maybe back here. Port and a battery or a switch. Plug it in, turn it on. Click, 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 click. Oh, I wonder if that battery pack would just fit along the back here. Yeah. And let's squeeze that off to one side. Oh, I'll have to Tetris it and puzzle it around a little bit, but I think there's plenty of room for those components inside this box. Yeah, see, they fit. No problem. Just a couple of wires and we're done.